Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 154. Hi, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers, and you are listening to Friday Fundamentals. Well, hey, thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode. If you haven't yet, go over and subscribe to the podcast so you'll be notified of new and upcoming episodes. Well, this week's Friday Fundamental is narrow your focus. Well, on this podcast, goals are probably the most discussed subject. As a goal-oriented person, I value setting and pursuing goals very highly, and rightfully so. They are the roadmap to your success after all. Now, I'm not some goal guru, but I do have some opinions from my own experience. Not that we'll dive too deep into these here, as I'm sure we have in a previous episode. Now, goals are both simple and complex. By setting a goal, you're essentially defining what you want your life to be. You're visualizing your future. Seems simple enough, right? But then come all the distractions. What do you focus on? What should your goals be? How do you keep focus? Well, that's a good one, and that's what we're going to dig into today is the focus part. Now, people set goals mostly around three things: health, wealth, and happiness, or some combination of those three. For instance, you might set a goal around your health. From there are many things you could focus on, like diet, exercise, fasting, biohacking, etc. Now pick one of these things, say diet, and you can go even deeper. You have the keto diet, the paleo diet, the carnivore diet, the Atkins diet, just to name a few. Now pick one of these and you can go even deeper. You can begin to see how there are many things you can focus on just looking at your health alone. Now imagine trying to focus on all of these things. It's unfathomable to be able to do all of these things, much less do them well. Mix in other areas like wealth and happiness, and now you're drowning in things you need to do. But you only have so much time in the day and so much mental bandwidth to devote to these things. You'll find this dilemma to be true in many areas of your life. Let's look at real estate investing, for example. Say you want to invest in real estate. You can buy, rent, and hold properties, flip properties, develop new properties, buy tax liens, buy raw land, lend private money, syndicate large apartment deals, wholesale deals, sell real estate as a licensed agent, invest passively, buy turnkey properties, and so much more. There are so many ways you can be involved in real estate investing. It would be silly to try and do them all. So what's the solution? Well, simple. Pick one and stick with it. In your journey to achieving a goal, you often have to go small so you can go big. Yes, go small so you can go big. Let's break this down with an analogy. In order to see something with more clarity, you have to narrow your focus. Imagine you are looking through binoculars. At first, when you look in the binoculars, the field of view is wide and you can see almost 180 degrees. However, what you can see isn't very clear. In order to see something far off in the distance with any clarity, you have to narrow your focus, zooming in on that object. This, however, prevents you from seeing everything else. This is going small so you can go big. The same principle applies when setting and pursuing your goals. Drill down to a very finite detail. get specific with your goal and your path forward. To simply say you want to retire early by investing in real estate isn't specific enough. What age do you want to retire at? How much net worth or passive income will you need? Most importantly, how? If you don't set especially this last parameter, you'll find yourself looking at raw land deals in South Texas, flips in New Jersey, development deals in California, and everything in between, and almost assuredly never achieving your goal to retire early. So rather, drill down on that goal and narrow your focus. Now here are 5 tips to narrowing your focus. 1. Write your goals down every day. Doing so will keep that goal in the forefront of your mind. 2. Audit what distracts you. When you find yourself getting distracted from your long-term vision, ask yourself, does this help me achieve my goal? And 3. Only change course intentionally. You may have to change paths from time to time, and that's okay, so long as you are doing so intentionally. 4. Don't worry about what you're missing. As the saying goes, you can't have everything you want, but you can have anything. You just have to decide what that is. And 5, ask yourself how when defining your goals. How will you retire early? How will you lose 20 pounds? How will you achieve whatever it is you want? Do this repeatedly until you have a very specific goal nailed down. Sometimes we're afraid we'll miss something by going small. So instead we go big and, as a result, miss everything. By going small, you will miss things, but there'll be things that don't matter to you. I'm sure most of you have heard the term shiny object syndrome, which is slang for always chasing the next big thing. This is not the method nor the approach to setting long-term goals and sticking to them. If you are constantly looking for the next big thing with a scattered approach, then you are not as likely to achieve success as someone who is consistently taking calculated and intentional action. So narrow your focus. Go small so you can go big. Stay focused on your goals, and soon enough, you'll look back at all you've achieved. Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Friday Fundamentals. Hey, I hope you're getting value from these shows. If you like what you've heard, please go over and leave a rating and review on whichever platform you're listening on. For more information, resources, and to connect with me, visit www.jacobayers.com. Till next week, engineer the lifestyle you want.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.